Welcome to NEC Presents Powering Billion Dreams in association with News 18. And I'm Ruchira Sharma. Technology has not only bridged the gap between businesses and customers, it has also enabled businesses to thrive during these extremely challenging times. But some tech companies are forging pathways, leading by example and enabling other companies across sectors to survive in the new normal. And one such is Japanese tech giant NEC Corporation. For the last 123 years, global tech giant NEC Corporation has stayed ahead of the technology curve in information, communication and digital technology. NEC India has been working as a silent crusader and shaping the digital transformation journey for more than 7 decades. Its technological solutions have been at the core of the country's infrastructural development and cutting across sectors like telecommunications, transportation, logistics, public safety, smart safety, and many more. Today, I'm delighted to be in conversation with Mr. Aalok Kumar, President and CEO, NEC Corporation India. Welcome, Aalok. It's great to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So we'd like to understand more about the global tech leaders' India plans and also understand how are you fueling the digital transformation of the country. So I'd like to begin by asking you, you've been operating in the country for more than 70 years. So could you talk about the key milestone in your journey in the country?
Sure. You gave a nice introduction. So NEC globally is a 123-year-old company. It was formed on 17 July 1899, and for my viewers, I'll repeat it, 1899, that was 7 years after Coca-Cola was formed. There are not too many companies of that era that are still doing business, and that's a legacy of NEC. In India, NEC has been present for nearly 70 years.
All right.
As you know, we are celebrating 75 years of independence, and after 75 years, NEC has partnered with the government for 70 years, and over the last 70 years, we have done many foundational work in the country that, as you said, silent crusader, many people don't know about. And I would like to name a few. We were the first company to have set up 2 gigahertz microwave communication system in the National Physics Laboratory in 1956 in Ahmedabad. We were the first company that set up an analog switch for Department of Telecom in 1964. We were the first company to have set up a satellite earth station for that time's VSNL and ONGC. We were the company that introduced the fax system in the country. More recently, we are the company that is helping India connect with the rest of the world through, through a submarine cable network. As you know, 90% of the internet data travels the world around through a subsea cable, and we are one of the three largest players in the world.
Right.
We are also the ones who have implemented the Aadhaar card in the system, the biometric. So, the planet's most complex and most widely distributed, multimodal biometric system was done. It sits on our platform. We are proud in the way we have done some of these marquee projects in India. And in the last 70 years, our journey has been bringing cutting-edge technology from Japan. As technology has changed its face, as technology has moved away from being just for enterprises and monolithic architecture to connecting people and being in your pocket, we have traveled that journey, and we have enabled that technology distribution and empowering people through technology in India. We also take great pride in the way our philosophy behind introducing technology. And one of the philosophy of orchestrating a brighter world is about deploying the right technology at the right place and at the right cost, most importantly.
To enable and empower people.
To enable and empower people, and to make people and society more productive. So we'll talk more about that as we go along, but that's really what the ethos of what NEC is all about. In the last, over the 70 years when we started as a small company over here, primarily around the telecom space, we have now grown into being present in multiple industry domains.
And across sectors.
Across sectors, be it financial services, transportation, logistics, smart city, telecommunications, submarine cable, display, private network, etc. So we are proud of the journey that we have. And we are very confident of the way we are deeply entrenched in the Indian ecosystem that we have a long runway ahead of us, and we are very, very proud of what we are doing.
So NEC has been powering the nation in fueling its digital transformation. So could you shed light on some of the key projects, specifically in the public sector, that you've been focusing on?
So, before I come to the projects, NEC's differentiation and core value proposition is that, unlike many of our peer groups, we not just provide product and solutions, we provide the technology infrastructure, we provide the implementation capability and the maintenance capability. So the reason why we call ourselves partners to our customers, be it the public sector or the private sector, is because we take projects wing to wing. We are thought leaders to how a digital technology needs to be implemented at the right place, and we go down to implementing as master system integrator and maintaining it for years after it has been completed. And therefore, we put our skin in the game. We partner it in a manner that we truly want to make the technology work for the betterment of society and for the individuals. And in the context of doing that, our primary projects have been in 3 areas, if I can describe it. We have laid structural foundation, structural digital infrastructure and foundation. And these could be in the space of telecommunication, where we have put subsea cables, or in putting 3G networks, and now we are talking about 5G networks.
Yes, and that is of course going to be a big game changer for the country.
That definitely will be. The second big space that we have is we have deployed technologies improving productivity and last mile connectivity. So technology is one thing to run processes, it's another thing to actually help people become better at what they were a year before. And the third area is really deploying technology to leverage data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and India is fertile with opportunity in doing that. And a lot of our product and solutions are actually helping train data and making decisions that are more informed from data. In the context of these 3 pillars of where we are, we've done many smart city projects. So for example, Gurgaon, Trivandrum, Saharanpur, Meerut, Hubli, Pune, just to name a few. In the transportation sector, we are very big in the bus rapid transit system. So we've automated bus rapid transit system in Ahmedabad, Surat, in Hubli. We talked about the subsea cable, where we have connected India to neighboring countries. But more importantly, we have been able to bring the remote islands of Andaman and Nicobar. Last year during COVID, we connected the Andaman and Nicobar for the first time in 75 years of history, independent India's history. We connected Andaman and Nicobar to the mainland through a subsea cable. It was a matter of great proud. So 4.5 lakh inhabitants of Andaman and Nicobar did not have basic access to internet. So think of how you empower life and how you empower society by giving better data on healthcare, education, access to information, and through that, what does that access to data does to
how it can transform lives,
more fairer society, transforming life, etc. We're doing a similar project in the Lakshadweep right now as we speak. We are connecting Lakshadweep now to the mainland through Kochi. Of course, we have a big 5G lab in Chennai, the only of its kind in the world, where we are doing a lot of interoperability testing, and we are doing a lot of our customer testing for European customers out of Chennai. And we are very, very proud of that, because that is really at the cutting edge of what 5G is going to be.
And again, 5G is going to transform multiple sectors across
Absolutely.
industries.
One other big sector that we are doing, we have done, we made a lot of gain is in the logistics sector. We have created every container that comes inside and goes out of the country is actually tracked on an NEC platform. And that is 100% visibility of where the containers are, what is the utilization. And sometimes it actually, not sometimes, most of the time it actually gives us as a leading indicator to where the economy is going, right? So if you have large inventory of empty containers, you know where the shipment is going. So we feel that the work that we have done provides great insights into how our economy is going to do. And that ability to create this infrastructure and to create this insights through data is what I think is going to really position India for a very productive future.
So I really like something that you said earlier, that you are a partner for your customers. So coming back to your core brand purpose, which is orchestrating a brighter world to create a more sustainable and safer place for 1 billion Indians. So could you tell us, how are you breathing life into this brand philosophy?
We strongly believe that technology, if it doesn't improve the life of an individual from what it was yesterday or a year before, then that technology is worthless. So the entire philosophy behind orchestrating a brighter world is about empowering society, is about making sure that a individual has more time today than that person had yesterday. And so that more time can be used in something more productive, and that improves the grand produce of the country. And just to give you an example, we have just finished a project live just about 10 days back, where we have enabled completely touchless boarding, where your face becomes your boarding pass at an airport.
Wow.
You don't have to show a ticket, you do not have to show a paper, you do not have to touch a kiosk, you don't have to go to a counter.
Touchless.
It's completely contactless, and not just your face becomes your boarding pass for boarding. We've just boarded the first flight of a private airline from Varanasi to Delhi. We are extremely proud of that. It was a project that was done by Airport Authority of India, and we are a close partner in doing that. Another project is in the transportation sector. So imagine if a housewife or a student who did not know when their bus will arrive waits at the bus stop endlessly sometimes. Now on a mobile phone can know exactly how far my bus is. Now this technology is not very new. It's prevalent in the Western world, but we have brought it into India, and that makes people more productive. That makes people plan their way better. And this.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching NEC Powering Billion Dreams in association with News 18, and I'm your host, Ruchira. We're in conversation with Mr. Aalok Kumar, President and CEO, NEC Corporation India, a leader in the IT and network technologies, headquartered in Japan and with more than 123 years of experience and expertise in technological innovation. So could you tell us why India is a strategic market for NEC, and what are your plans in the next 5 years?
India is a chosen destination for the Japanese investment. A couple of years back, the number was about $35 billion worth of foreign direct investment came from Japan, and Japan was the fifth largest investor in India. For multiple reasons, it's the right place to invest, but the reason why I think India is a chosen place for NEC are a couple. Number one is that there is very few countries in the planet which is so fertile with opportunity. Opportunity of making a difference, not opportunity of what revenue you can drive, that is an outcome, but opportunity of what difference you can make to society. And it goes fundamentally hand in hand with what NEC has been doing for the last 123 years, which is improving the lives of people and solving complex societal challenges. So that's number one. Number two is that India's technological talent is only beginning to come to realization for the rest of the world. I don't need to name, but you can look around and you can see that it's Indians who are really at the cutting edge of technology innovation. When I look at the opportunity that India's talent presents, it is enormous. So I am on a crusade to not just position India for India, but from India for global. And, not a lot of companies can boast of this, that we have done projects sitting out of here, in our backyard here, implemented some cutting edge projects in completely different parts of the world. And that's the power of technology. So for one of the first 5G O-RAN implementation that was done for a private player in Japan was actually done out of sitting here in India. And our engineers really helped implement that. We are doing multiple projects in Middle East, in Europe, etc., where we are trying to enable the global impact of technology sitting out of India. So I think for us, India as an opportunity and India's talent as a potential that we can take overseas, I think our time has really come. And I think that's the reason why Japan is focused on India, and NEC Japan is focused very much on India. And I'm really, really excited about India.
Absolutely. It is a very exciting time, as you said, for our country, and digital skills are going to lead the way forward. But if I could ask you, what are the technological areas that you are focusing on? Because you spoke about these cutting edge technologies, and of course, they are transforming multiple sectors. So which are your key areas of focus?
Yeah. One of the first ones, which I'm sure is not going to be a surprise for anybody, is AI and machine learning, artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I'll give you a difference. Till about 5 years or 10 years back, artificial intelligence was all about getting the algorithm precise.
Yes.
It is not anymore about a precise algorithm. It is about the amount of data sets that you can process through your algorithm.
Yes.
And that makes the algorithm even better. There is no better place that can serve you as much data points as India can. Take any sector, transportation, healthcare, public sector space. I think, so that is going to be one of it. We've just created a global center of excellence where we are building AI platforms in India that is going to serve projects outside of India, but sitting out of here. So that's one big area of focus for us. We are also creating a center of excellence for the transportation sector globally. So we are doing multiple transportation projects in India. We are now one of the larger players here in India in the transportation sector, but we are also taking our expertise of our people and our project execution capabilities to overseas markets. So that's another big piece. Logistics, we feel that we have gained a lot of ground. We have a very unique technology of track and trace at scale. I mean, a lot of people can do track and trace, but track and trace at scale is something that we have successfully implemented and stabilized and matured in India. And we want to take this technology to the use of other markets overseas. So again, we are trying to create a center of excellence for that. We are world's largest and most advanced facial recognition and biometric company. And we are trying to create a center of excellence over here that can have the facial recognition engine go as a layer for multiple applications in different industries. And we are creating a center of excellence over there. Net, what I'm trying to say is that the technology has to be industry agnostic. While we are trying to express it as these 4 or 5 industry domains are our focus, but it's really the technology that runs as a horizontal across different industries. And we are trying to say wherever there is scale and wherever there is multiple stakeholders, technology can come as a bridge to kind of bring everything together. And that's really the power that India needs today.
Definitely. And technology is bridging people, enterprises, countries. It is an enabler in multiple ways. But while you're doing all this, and these are some remarkable achievements, how do you keep your team motivated? What is the mantra there?
Great question. It's all about people, right? It should be always all about people, and it is all about people for NEC. But I am of a strong belief that the only way to motivate people is to give them what they really want to do.
Absolutely.
And unlike many companies, what we try to do, I'm not saying we are there yet, but what we try to do is provide an avenue for people to be the thought leader and be the implementer at the same time. So one lens to look at it is that we allow people to create the technology.
To be what they want to be, basically.
To be what they want to be. And human brain always gets motivated by creating something. So we allow people to create the technology that they want. That it's not just about buying off the shelf and implementing. And then we actually help them to implement it. So the gratification, the ability to the ability to know that you have made a difference is a big deal. What we also try to practice in the company is a more open and a meritocratic culture.
All right.
By saying that, what I mean to say is that people know that when they are working at NEC and when they are successfully implementing something, they will get ahead. Whether
it will be acknowledged, it will be
absolutely
seen. Yes.
They will get recognized, they will get ahead, they will get larger projects, they will move overseas.
They will grow.
And I am of a strong belief that a high tide lifts everybody.
That's true.
Right? So a successful project will lift everybody. It lifts every boat on the dock, and so it will lift every employee that works for NEC. Those are the simple mantras, I think. Empower and delegate. Give them the freedom to put the knowledge that they are best at in the places that deserves the best talent, and provide them an ecosystem and a culture where people can truly thrive and innovate. And that's what keeps us going. Now, it's not just talk. The proof point is that we have had one of the lowest attrition rates in the market over the last 2 years.
And you've also been an employer of choice.
We have been an employer of choice. We have got one of the highest engagement scores from our employees. We are fortunate that our employees recognize the work that we are doing, and they recognize the work they are doing. And I'm pretty sure our customers and our partners recognize that too.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aalok. It was great to hear you, and thank you for sharing all these insights with our audience. And clearly, NEC is well on its way to creating a long-lasting tech-driven impact on 1 billion+ Indians. And it would be truly interesting to see the company achieve its endeavors. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.